back. I need back. And these are some things that this horse doesn't quite have figured out yet, but you can see he's starting to. He's licking and chewing now. So now I'm going to say, go ahead, move around me. And as soon as I get what I want, I get that forward motion, I want to bring my body to neutral and say, that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to take all the pressure off. And I think that looks pretty good. Now, right, so he read my mind. He did the hindquarter disengage, which I really like. Now I'm just going to be extra careful here because I don't know old Sparky all that well, and send him off in the other direction. And I'd say it's starting to look pretty good. Now, what would you do if you had a horse that was bucking or racing around you like crazy? And you'd have to ask yourself, does that horse look rideable? And that's a question you should ask every time. Okay, that's good, Sparky. You want to ask that question before you get on the horse. Does that horse look rideable? Because if he doesn't, then don't get on and keep working. This might take 2 hours. Not going to take 2 hours in this case. This horse is ready to ride. I think he looks completely rideable. But if he didn't, then I wouldn't go ahead and get on and go catch up with the gang that's off doing the roundup. I know it's tempting. Roundups are fun. We all want to be out there. You want to show you can ride a horse. But if I saw issues with this horse, and I said to myself, I don't think he's rideable, I wouldn't get on. So now it's time to go ahead and do the last part of this, which is to get on. Oh. He doesn't quite follow my feel the way Bull does yet. It's understandable. I've spent lots and lots of time with Bull on the ground and very little time with this horse. So like that backing right there, kind of don't want that. I kind of want him to say, or to know that as soon as I say we're stopped and I'm going to get on, you don't move your feet. Now see there, he just moved his feet again. I don't think that's a dangerous thing yet. Could be down the road. So something I'm going to work on. I'm going to bring him back around. I'm going to do a hindquarter disengage. And I'm going to put his left side toward the camera. And then I'm going to try to reassure him. Like, yeah, that's a boy. That's a boy. All right. Now, some people say, never pat a horse, only rub them, or, scratch. There's all kinds of opinions on this stuff. I think it depends on the horse. I'm sure some horses love to be patted, but I generally do think that rubbing is better than patting. They're not dogs. My dog, my lab Addie, loves to be petted. I don't think most horses do, but I do find myself sometimes petting them. All right. Basically, I try not to get too wrapped up in those details. I think there are a lot of details that matter to a horse. I think there are a lot of details that don't matter to a horse. I think, what's in your heart, how you feel about them, that's what matters to them. And all that comes through in the way that you react around them. So now comes the moment of truth, right? Don't expect any kind of fireworks with this horse. This isn't a colt starting thing or anything. But I am going to, he's a big horse, so I'm going to follow some of the basic rules. I'm going to get a loop in my rein here. And I'm going to have the rein and the mane in my hand. Okay? That gives me a certain amount of security and control here. And I don't want my reins too long. I want them fairly short. And he looks pretty stable, pretty secure. But I'm just going to square him up just a hair there. And you can see I'm going to have to step up really high to get my foot in here. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put my hand back on the rein and the mane, and I'm not going to just step up and get on. I'm going to step up here and see what I got. Because now if I had to, I can jump right back off. So there was nothing there to alarm me, no reason to step off, but just wanted to show you that. And the tail of my Makate came out. So all I do is I put a half loop in it, put it through like that, so it's right there. I want it to be able to come out easily if it has to. And now I can get on old Sparky. Old Sparky. His name's really Cowboy, but so now I'm up here, and I like the way he just stood. The thing that I don't ever do is get on a horse and say, let's go. I get on and we do nothing. You know, call it hurry up and wait, but we don't do anything. I'm watching him. His ears are just relaxed. His head's low. I don't see any indication that this horse is going to have a problem. I felt for a second there like he might be setting up to take a whiz, but I think that's good. So now, for the first step, all I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him to move to the left like that. Instead of going straight forward, I just ask him to move off to the side, and he does that rather well. That's good. And now, can I get a hindquarter disengage? Yeah, I can. And that's good. The other thing that I might do, and I'll come up to the camera for this, and I might do this before we moved as much as we did. Ooh, atta boy. Just trying to reassure him. He hasn't been ridden a lot. It's springtime here, and I mean, he's probably had somebody on his back for 2 or 3 hours in the last 8-9 months, so he hasn't been ridden. But does he flex? Can I bring his head around? Oh boy. He's really a lot better than I would have expected. I mean, pretty darn good. So a lot of horses, you ask them to turn their head like this, and they'll start moving their feet. Oh boy. He's got some flies in there. I'm going to just rub those away for him. So anyway, that's what I'd do if I was going to ride old Sparky or some other horse that I didn't know. I would go through those kind of little exercises just to make sure when I get on, it's all going to be safe and good, and then I'd have a great time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you're safe on your next ride. I'm Mark. I'm the amateur cowboy with a horse here. His name's Cowboy too. Thanks. Yeah.